Η νέα κυβέρνηση
The new government has made a commitment to carry out reforms which the country really needs, to carry out reforms that the previous governments did not dare to. And we can do this because we don't have a dependency on the past.
When it comes to money, we always seek to bring the issue home, how it will affect the American pocket and bank account. And often it's difficult to understand why a nation going broke overseas, a place where most Americans would think first of olives, figs, and the ruins of a once great civilization, will impact our lives sooner rather than later. Let's find out. Welcome to the dysfunctional relationship between Greece, the Eurozone, and world cash, all right? Also, welcome back, Professor of International Business at the R.H. Smith School for Business at the University of Maryland, Peter Morici. Peter, thanks for joining us again today.
You're quite welcome. Nice to be with you.
You also. This might be one of the best headlines I've seen on this. Greece and the Eurogroup need a marriage counselor. Is that really the kind of issue that we're into here? Because when you look at the amount of money that's here, the bailout deal that failed, Americans are going, how is this going to affect us?
Well, the amount of money that we're talking about is chump change. Think about it. $247 billion is what Greece owes everybody globally. It's all of its piled up debt. But it's only a country of 11 million people. For Americans, that would be, that's less than the national deficit for 1 year in the United States. But for Greece, it's an unbearable amount. A marriage counselor can't solve that. I mean, Greece just has to cut down its debt. And the only way it really can do that is to restructure, which is kind of a nice way of saying it's going Chapter 8. Or Chapter 11, actually, like Radio Shack.
Well, let's hope that Greece doesn't turn out like Radio Shack, but then again, they might. And then, as we look towards America, Peter, how does this end? Because everything affects everything globally. Everybody is so tied together anymore in almost every economy. If Greece continues on this path and if they take that dive, are we really going to feel the effects here in America, or are we overstating that?
No, you will. It won't be directly from Greece. It'll be through the EU. For example, the Greeks are going to have to cut that debt in half. That's all there is to it. One way or another, that's going to get done. They may put a fig leaf over it, but they'll do it. At that point, private creditors are going to get very worried and shaky about Italy, Spain, Portugal, and the price of financing their debt will go up unless the European Central Bank essentially buys it, finances it. If it does that, it's pumping lots of euros into the world. That drives the euro up further and affects U.S. exports. Not just to Europe, but you got to remember that American companies, the big exporters, compete with German companies and Japanese companies. And this will advantage the Germans.
Would you agree with those who say that if indeed Greece does default, this will loosen the German grip on European economic policy?
Well, I've got an article on your website today about that. It basically says yes, because then the Greeks will be free to abandon austerity or at least phase it down a bit. And it's a failed policy. I mean, Greece's GDP is down by 25%. Its debt has grown by about 40%. Unemployment's 25%. I can give you lots and lots of numbers, but everybody knows Greece is a mess. Austerity was supposed to make it better. It's made it worse. See, the bottom line is this. Whether we're talking about Greece or the Ukraine or Illinois, you can implement austerity quickly, and that's going to cycle down your economy. Structural adjustments, structural reforms take time to work. They take years. So if you deflate the economy and then wait for structural adjustments to fix you, it's not going to happen. And that's what's happened in Greece, Portugal, Spain. Now, the latest one is the IMF has got a program for the Ukraine. Those poor folks, what the Russians aren't going to do to them, the IMF is going to do instead.
We're talking about a $17 billion emergency bailout extended, and now we've got 40 million. We've got all kinds of millions going around here. About 20 seconds left. Is this really going to do anything to save the Ukraine, or is this just something that's just the beginning of bailout money?
I think it's just the beginning because the Ukraine economy is in such a mess. It really can't be salvaged until the political and military situation there is stabilized.
And that, of course, is going to take some time, which may take
Absolutely.
years, and then who knows how long that's going to cost and what kind of money that's going to cost. Peter Morici, always a pleasure to have you on the show. Make a little sense of this for the American pocketbook. Take care.
Take care. Thank you.
All right. Where once there were billions of Russian dollars being spread across the American landscape, the cash is drying up. The reason why is perhaps not so obvious. We'll focus down on that after the break. It is still all about money, but now it's about Russian rubles and people looking to get out. It's coming up right here on MidPoint.